Hello student, now in this video lecture we will discuss about the various part of flower one by one detail. In previous video lecture as we have discussed about the structure of flower with the help of diagram. So we have discussed that there are in a complete flower there are four whorls arranged in a circular way, and that is why we call the whorl of flower. So from outer to inner we study one by one about these kind of these parts of flower. So the outermost whorl of the flower, which is called calyx. Calyx is the outermost whorl of a complete flower. Now this calyx is made up of individual member. The individual member of calyx is known as sepals. It means calyx is the group of sepals, and these sepals are green in color. Sepals are green color structure. So these are the various important feature of calyx. And now the function of calyx or function of sepals. So calyx or sepal formed in the flower in two stages. The first stage is the in bud condition, and the second stage in the flower condition, or the bud when the bud changes to the flower. So during bud condition, bud and flower. So in bud condition, sepals protect reproductive part. Reproductive part means the male reproductive organ as well as female reproductive organ. So during bud condition, these male and female reproductive organ inside the flower, because they are found in immature condition during bud condition. So for their protection from the various atmospheric conditions, from the various environmental situation, there is a structure which is known as sepals. While when the buds converted into the flower or the bud becomes globe, so in that condition the sepals also remain attached to the flower, and in that condition sepals perform only photosynthesis. So there are two main functions. The first function is to protect the flower in bud condition, or to protect the floral parts during bud condition, and the second function is the photosynthesis due to the presence of green pigment, that is chloroplast. Now after the process of fertilization, the sepals and petals, in most of the cases these sepals and petals becomes disappear, destroy, or in some cases we can see that these sepals remain attached to the fruits of the plant, or the fruits that make after fertilization from the flower. Just as in the case of brinjal and tomato, these sepals remain attached and becomes fleshy. Now the second part of the flower, that is corolla. So the corolla is the second outermost wall, second outermost wall, and this corolla is made up of petals. So here calyx is made up of sepal, while corolla is made up of petals. Means the number of petals combined together are commonly known as corolla, and these are variously colored structure. Variously colored structure. So the corolla consists of petals, and these petals make the colorful part of the flower. We can see easily in the case of flower. Now about the function of corolla. So corolla play the same function as the calyx, but there are various functions in both the condition, same as in bud and in flower. So there are two main condition of flower, that is bud and flower. So during the bud condition, it also plays the same role as the calyx to protect the inner part of flower. But when the bud is converted to the open flower, bud, and it can be say that open flower. So flower has two conditions, bud and open flower. We can say that closed flower and open flower. So during the open flower, after opening of the flower, these corolla are the petals of the corolla which are variously colored. These petals attract insect for pollination. So petals also perform two main functions in the case of flower. The first in bud condition and second in open flower condition. So these two components are collectively known as non-essential component of the flower. Now on the other hand, the two other walls are two essential walls. So these are known as non-essential component. Non-essential. So together known as non-essential component of the flower. A non-essential part of flower. Now we will discuss the essential part of the flower. So in the essential part we will discuss the two components or two parts of the flower, that is male and female reproductive organ. So first let us start with the female reproductive organ, or it is called the endometrium. So endometrium is the male reproductive organ, male reproductive part or organ. So endometrium or which structure is known as endometrium? Now we need to clarify it. So in the flower we can see a number of stamens found either associated with one another or found in free condition. So these stamens collectively known as androecium. Means androecium is made up of stamens. As in the case of calyx, it is made up of sepals. In corolla, it is made up of petals. So the androecium is made up of stamen. This is the main reproductive organ. So there may be condition in the flower that consists of many number of stamen or many number of main reproductive organs. So this stamen consists of two structures. The one is filament and the second is anther. So by drawing the diagram you can easily understand about the stamen. So suppose this is the stamen, and in the stamen we can see this is the filament and this one is the anther. So anther and filament together form the stamen, and a number of stamens collectively known as androecium, which is the male reproductive part of the flower. So filament is the stalk which connect the main part of the stamen, that is anther, with the base of the flower. So the one of the function of filament for the attachment of anther with the flower. Now we will study in detail about the anther. So if we cut a section of anther, we can see the structure, and this structure consists of the 4 chambered structure. So if we cut the anther, we can see easily about this structure. So suppose this is the filament, and when we cut the anther, so inside the anther we can see a number of chambers, or there are 4 chambers. Generally the flower consists of 4 chambers, and the chamber or sac is known as pollen sac. These are known as pollen sac. And inside this chamber or sac, a number of small tiny structure, spherical structure, these are known as pollen grain. And these pollen grains carry the male gametes of the flower. So this is the reason that they are known as male reproductive part of the flower, because they produce male gamete, or they are responsible for the production of male gamete. Now the second component of the flower, essential part of the flower, that is gynoecium. So gynoecium is the female this is the male reproductive part, and this is the female reproductive part. And in this female reproductive part, the gynoecium consists of one or many, consists of one or many carpel, or it is also known as pistil. So here we also see the individual member of gynoecium is the carpel or pistil. So in all cases or in all parts, there may be a single component, or the commonly they are known by one word, by they consist in many numbers. So these numbers of structure or number of component of similar structure, they are commonly known by a single word. So gynoecium, in the case of gynoecium, the individual member is known as carpel. In the case of endoecium, the individual member is known as stamen. In the case of calyx, individual member is known as sepals, while cannula, in the case of corolla, the individual member is known as petals. So in this way we can say that the main four whorl of the flower consist of many individual members. So about the gynoecium, so main component or main part of gynoecium consists of, there are three parts in gynoecium. The first is ovary, which is the base of the flower. The second is the style. Ovary leads to an opening, and that opening carried by the style. And the third one is the stigma. So these are the three components of the carpel or pistil. We can see here with the help of a diagram. So this swollen part, and below the swollen part there is the thalamus, and thalamus connect with the main body of plant using the pedicel. The pedicel is the stalk of the flower. So above the thalamus, the female reproductive organ, the three part of female reproductive organ present here. This is the ovary, and inside the ovary, it consists of the ovule. Inside the ovary, there are number of ovules arranged on an axis, and that axis is known as placenta. So ovary leads to the upper part of the flower, and that is with the help of style. And style make a passage to the opening of the flower on the stigma. So this is the stigma. So stigma provide a surface or provide the platform for the pollen grain after pollination. So after pollination, after presence of pollen sac, the pollen grain exposed out, and these pollen grain, with the help of various agencies, they transfer and fall over the stigma. It means stigma provide a platform, a surface for the pollination by the pollen grain. And after pollination, these pollen grain need to carry their gamete or carry their nucleus or male gamete to the ovule. So along with the style, they transfer their male gamete in the form of pollen tube towards the ovary. And inside the ovary is the place which contain female gamete inside the ovule. So ovule is the structure in which the female gamete or female nucleus or the nucleus of female gamete exists, and when the male gamete reach here, these inside the ovule they fuse with the egg cell or ovum and fertilize to form zygote. So these are the three structures which make the gynecium or carpel or pistil, and carpel and pistil together form the gynecium, which is the male reproductive organ. So after the process of sexual reproduction inside the flower, the ovary is the structure which make the fruit of the plant. So this is all about the various part of the flower, a complete flower. The non-essential part consists calyx and corolla, and so calyx is the individual member, consists of individual member, that is sepals, while corolla consists the individual member as petals. And sepals, there is a basic difference between sepal and petal. Sepals found at outermost wall, while the petal is the second outermost wall of the flower, and sepal is green colored while petal is variously colored except green. And their function, the one function is common to both, that is they protect bud, flowering bud condition, but in the case of open flower, both perform two different functions. The sepal perform the photosynthesis while the petals perform to attract insect during for the pollination. So these together known as non-essential component, because they have no any direct role during the process of reproduction. It means in the absence of sepal and petal, the flower can reproduce, or plant can reproduce with the help of stamen and stigma. Stamen and carpel or pistil. Because these are the two components which carry male and female gamete, and for the reproduction only the requirement of male and female gametes. So they are known as non-essential or accessory part of the reproductive organ. So using these information, we can also differentiate between calyx and corolla, which may ask in the examination. Now the essential component of the flower. So in the essential component we will discuss the male reproductive organ and female reproductive organ. So male reproductive organ is known as endoecium, and the female reproductive organ is known as gynecium. So in the case of endoecium, the individual member is known as stamen, while in the case of gynecium, the individual member is known as carpel. It means in the flower, the gynecium or the male reproductive organ consists of many individuals, or in the case of flower, there may be they consist of a number of male reproductive organs. While and in the case of female reproductive organ, they may contain a single female reproductive organ or more than one. So single or more than one, these are called carpel or pistil, and commonly they are known as gynecium. Now in the stamen, it is consists of two parts, anther and filament. So anther is the structure in which the male reproductive structure or male cells produce or form in the form of pollen grain, and they are remain stored inside the pollen sac, and after getting maturity, the pollen sac becomes burst and the pollen grain comes out, and through various agencies they transfer from this anther to the stigma of female reproductive organ. And in female reproductive organ, there are three components: stigma, style, and ovary. So the pollen grains come and fall over the stigma, and when the stigma is the soft sticky structure or surface. So over these soft and sticky surface, when pollen grain fall, they start to germinate by absorbing this moisture. So after absorbing moisture of stigma, the pollen grain consists of two. The pollen grain, suppose this is the pollen grain. If we observe the structure of pollen grain, there are two layers of pollen grain. The inner one is, the first is known as inner wall, or it is known as intine. And after the inner wall, there is an outer wall, and these outer walls are known as exine. So exine is the structure that is exine is made up of a substance which is impervious to water. It is made up of sporopollenin, which is a chemical which is highly impervious to water, highly resistant compound. So exine protect the pollen grain to resist the germination on other surface, or to exine is the structure that protect pollen grain for several time or several years. And there is a structure, there is minute space between the exine, and this minute space is known as germ pore. So through the germ pore, this intine comes out and make the pollen tube, and this process is known as germination of pollen grain. So when pollen grain come and fall over the stigma, they start to germinate, and these make the pollen tube. And pollen tube is the structure that can enter inside the female reproductive organ through the style, and this transfer to the male gamete towards the ovary. So this is all about the various parts of the flower in detail, one by one. And in next video lecture we will study about the mechanism of sexual reproduction in flowering plant, and this mechanism consists of are complete in two steps. The first step is pollination and the second step is fertilization. So one by one we will study about the pollination as well as fertilization in next video lecture.